Yeah, hi there, Miguel. This is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. Now, you made a comment over my website. It's on the TOEFL IBT study guides area of my course. You said on the reading, the answer could be either two of the options. I don't know which it could be. It seems confusing. I understand exactly where you're coming from. Even today, I was teaching in my TOEFL class here at California State University, San Bernardino, and my students were listening to a lecture about firefighting and brain cancer. Now, as they got through the lecture, the speaker was discussing the possible link between brain cancer and firefighting, and even talking about some of the causes of brain cancer among firefighters. So one of the questions was, it said, what is the main idea of this lecture? So there were two possibilities. A, the link between brain cancer and firefighting. B, causes of brain cancer. So in this case, I was telling one of my students, Saad, I told him, I said, the lecture focuses mostly on the brain cancer and the firefighters. So even though it talks about the causes of brain cancer, it does it within the context of the firefighting and cancer. Did you see what I'm saying? So in this case, you had one answer, the causes of brain cancer, which is a little bit too broad for the topic that was actually discussed. It's kind of like this. If you see a paragraph that talks about lemons, another paragraph talks about apples, another paragraph talks about oranges, and another one talks about bananas, and then it says, what's the main idea? A says food, B says fruit. Which one are you going to pick? Probably fruit, right? Fruit better expresses it. So in order for you to choose the best option, you have to eliminate what's called the main distractor. The main distractor, like you said, it's almost correct, but not correct. You must eliminate that in order to choose the correct answer. So, and to improve your reading, Miguel, there's really 5 basic things that you can do which will help you be better, or you will become better at choosing those answers during the reading. Let me give you 5 basic suggestions right now. Number 1, make sure you're reading about 45 to 60 minutes every day, and don't read boring TOEFL materials. Read things you have an interest in. Focus on newspapers, magazines, and longer books. Number 2, work on improving your vocabulary. This is also important because during the reading, the best answer usually contains a restatement of what was said in the reading passage, which means the best answer uses synonyms, which restate the key points. And you have to be able to identify those, but you have to have a good vocabulary if you want to do that. Number 3, you want to improve your reading speed to at least 300 words per minute or more. That's going to make it much easier for you to get through all the questions on the TOEFL IBT. Number 4, this is very important. You want to become familiar with the IBT question types and the strategies for answering them. For example, on the TOEFL, there are rhetorical questions, main idea questions, detail questions, unstated detail questions, vocabulary questions, implied detail questions. You even have questions which require you to complete a chart or some sort of table. You want to make sure you understand how to answer those questions. The 5th thing, the last thing you want to do, is complete TOEFL reading practice test. Now, a lot of students focus too much on that, but you have to read a lot, build vocabulary, improve the reading speed. Those things are more important than just completing practice tests, but obviously you need to get feedback, and you should complete some reading practice tests, full length, not full length, but TOEFL level reading practice tests if you want to improve, right? If you do those 5 things, you will get better. Unfortunately, it takes a few months sometimes to do those things, especially to practice the reading, to build the vocabulary, to improve the reading speed takes some time. But I guarantee you, these 5 tips I've given you, it will help you get better. You will get better. Whatever your score is now, you'll be better after 2 or 3 months if you follow those things. Now, Miguel, my website, I have a good reading section, I have a vocabulary section. I can help you in terms of improving your reading speed, building your vocabulary, even becoming more familiar with the IBT reading question types. And also, I even have full-length IBT practice tests that you can take at my website so you can measure your progress, right? So I'd love to have you as one of my students, and also if you need a space to post your pronunciation, speaking, and writing practice tests online, consider using my online TOEFL course. Most likely, if you're like a lot of my students, you probably have 2 or 3 TOEFL books already, right? But you still want a place where you can post those pronunciation, speaking, and writing practice tests. I give you feedback in about 24 hours after you complete one of those practice tests. All right, anyway, thank you very much for your comments on my website, and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.